All right, guys, what up? So today we're going to have to walk through this process of making this light mode and dark mode feature and integrate it into our Flutter applications. So as you can see, if you press on the light mode, dark mode icon, it changes to a light mode icon, and it changes the text here as well as the text color. So we're going to do this using the animated switcher. Just go down here, the animated switcher, and the shared preferences is what we're going to is a package that we're going to use to save the state of the current theme. So even if the user closes the application, or closes the application basically and goes back into it, the previously saved theme is what's going to be there. So this is what we're going to do, and without wasting much time, let's get to this. So to get started, what we have is the home screen. We created a file called home screens. So, but before that, I created a folder called screens. Then inside that folder, I created a file called home screens, and we're simply just let's go to the main.dat. Sorry. So the main.dat, we're simply calling this home screen function down here in the our main.dat. So let's go back here. So, but before we do that, we have to run this command down here, the flutter pub add shared preferences. I'm going to put the link to the package. So we're getting it from the pub.dev. So you just can just come here and simply copy this. Then you paste it in your terminal and write flutter pub add, and you put the package name. Then you press enter. Then that will get the package. So we have it in here. So when you successfully run that package is going to appear down here in the pubspec.yaml on 938. So let's go here. So the first thing we have to do is create this boolean variable that we're going to use. So I'm going to say is dark. So is dark. Then we set it to false. Then the next thing is we're going to have three functions. The first function is going to be the load theme. So I'm going to simply say void load theme. Then it's going to be an async function. And the first thing we're going to have in this is we're going to set a prefs. So final prefs. Then we're going to get this from the shared preferences instance. So we're going to get the instance of shared preferences. So say await shared preferences, then say get instance. So we've made an instance of this. Then we're going to set the state inside here. So say set state. So set state. Then inside the set state, we're going to get this is dark. So is dark. Then we set it to get bool. So in here, inside the get bool, we use it to get the key. So inside here, we're going to have the key. So we use that prefs. So we say prefs dot get bool. So this get bool comes from the shared preferences. So let's go in shared preferences. So as you can, when you come down here, you see we're going to, where's the get bool? Okay, so we're going to read the data. So this is where it is. Okay, so this is what we're going to use to read the data that's having this key. So let's go back here. So we're going to give it a key, but we haven't set that data, the value yet. So we're simply going to say is dark. So this is the key that we're giving it. Then we do this. Then we set it to false. So this simply means if it defaults to false, if the value that's returning, this is being returned, is null value. So now we go to the next function. So I'm going to make this as easy for you guys to follow, and I hope we get to that. So let's say the next function is going to be the save theme. Save theme. Then this is going to also have a Boolean value. So we'll set it to is dark. Then it's also going to be an async function. Then here we're just simply going to get this, make the same instance. So we'll do this. Then we simply just say prefs. Then we say for here we have to set the bool, set the value and the key. So the key, the current key that we have is the isDark key. This is the key that we have up here. Then here the value is going to be isDark. So yeah, there we go. So this you can also find it on the here in the documentation. So it's just simply here. So save a Boolean value to repeat key. So here we're saving this Boolean value to this isDark key. Then the next thing is we're going to have the toggle theme function. So next we say void, we say toggle theme. Then we give it a Boolean as well. isDark. Then inside here we're going to have a set state. So we say set state. Then inside the set state we're going to say isDark equals to this isDark that's in here. So isDark. Then we give it a semicolon. Then outside here we're going to call this function. So simply say save theme. Then we give it that it's dark value in here. So we're done with that. Now let's go to the UI. So here we're going to return a material app. Material. Then inside this material hub, we're going to have a home. Inside this home, we're going to have a scaffold. Then inside this scaffold, we're going to have a body. Then this body is going to return a column. And inside this column, we're simply going to have children. So inside the children, this is where we'll put everything. So let's try to ignore this blue squiggle. Okay. So here we're going to have a gesture detector. So that if we click on this, it changes and vice versa. So let's go here. So it's on top. So on top, we simply give it a function. So inside this function, we're going to call the toggle theme. Toggle theme, and we're simply going to give it the isDark value. Then we just simply give it a semicolon. But before we do that, we have to have this load theme function has to be called when the application just launches. So we're going to call it inside the init state function. So inside the init state, so we're going to come down here and just simply call the toggle the load theme. Then that's all. So let's go back to the user interface. So inside the gesture detector, we're done with that part. So we're going to have a child. So the child is going to be the animated switcher. Switcher. So the duration, we're going to give it a duration of, okay, we're going to give it in milliseconds. Then we give it 500 milliseconds. Then out here, we are going to give it a transition builder. So transition builder, which is going to have two arguments. So the first argument is going to be the child argument, then the animation as well. So here we'll give it this. Then inside here, we're simply just going to return the scale transition. So we say scale transition. scale transition. So the scale is going to be the animation. So animation, then the child, going to give it a child as well. Then the child is going to be the child. So give it a child here. So we're done with that. Then this go outside here. Then we give the child to the animated switcher. So here we simply say is dark. Is dark. Then so here we're going to render it as enter the widgets as conditionally. So we're conditionally going to render the widgets here. So the first widget is going to be, say, icon. Then inside the icon, we're going to have icons dot dark mode. So this is the name of the icon that we're using for the dark mode. This icon right here, dark mode. Then the next thing is we're going to give it a key. So I'll say key. Then the key is going to be value key. Then inside the value key, we're going to use the dark. Then we go to the size. Then inside the size, we're going to give it 100. Then the color, we'll give it the color, give it this moonlight color, which is yellow. So say colors dot yellow. So this is the dark mode, the dark mode icon. So when you press on this, this is the previous app, by the way. I haven't refreshed this current app that we're working in. So and then this is the light mode icon. So let's go here. So the second condition is going to be, so we're simply going to create almost the same thing. We're just going to change the icon and the key. So we might as well just copy this to save us time. So let's copy this and paste it right here. And don't forget this for colon. So as you can see here, we will just change this to light. So then it changes to light mode. Then the key as well is going to change to a light. Okay, so no errors. So let's try to reload this so that we get to make the further changes while we're seeing the current app that we're building. Okay, it was loaded. This is what we have currently. So let's just wrap this GestureDetector inside the center widget. So let's wrap this center, then just reload it. Okay, so it's right there. Then we just have to bring it to the center most of the screen. So we'll say mix main axis alignment. Then we say main axis alignment. Then we give it to center. Okay, so that will bring it to the center. Then the next thing is we're going to change the color of this. So we'll change this to the light mode icon. We change the light mode icon. We change it to orange. So at the moment, if you press on this, it won't do as much. It's just going to be changing the icons, and no theme will be changing because we haven't done the theme changing in the main in a material app. So when we come here, we're simply going to say theme. Then the default theme is going to be the theme, say theme data. Then we say light. So we just call the light. Then the next thing is we'll say dark theme. So the dark theme is going to say theme data dot. You have to call the dark function. Then the next thing is we're going to say theme mode. We come here, then we're going to say is, this is where we're going to conditionally render the themes depending on the value of the is dark. So is dark. Then we say theme. You can type theme mode. Then we set it to dark. So we say dark. Then if it's not dark, then we'll set it to theme mode dot light. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So let's try to reload this and see the changes we have made. Just wait for that to load. So as you can see, our current theme data is dark, and then we switch it to light. So dark, then we go back to light. So we have to conditionally render the text down here as well. Okay, so we just have to follow the same process. So it's all about conditionally rendering things here. So the other thing that we have to move, this usually disturbs me. I don't like seeing it right there. So we're just simply going to come inside the material.app and remove it from here. So simply say debug banner false, debug show checked mode banner, and we set it to false. Then let's try to reload this. Okay, that's an error. All right, let's try to. So if you've noticed, even if we like restart the app, this thing, the theme mode is still maintained. So as you can see, that has gone, but we still have the light theme here. So when we do this, we change it to dark mode, and let's try to restart the app. Let me even show you the debug console. So let's do this. This usually takes time on my PC, just restarting the app, but it's worth looking at right now because we have to see that the app has restarted. I have to show you guys that. Okay, it has restarted, and we still have the same theme that is maintained. Then we can simply just switch to, okay, we can let's switch to light mode. All right, so there we go. So this is all I had for you guys, and I think the next thing is let's just conditionally render the text down here. So we'll say, okay, let's give it some space. Sized box, give it a height. We give it 20. Then down here is where we're going to say is dark. Okay, we're still inside the center, so let's move this. Let's move this outside this, but inside the same column. So it's dark. Then if it's dark, we just simply say text. Then inside the text, we just simply say dark mode. And if it's not dark, we simply say light mode. So we can just simply copy this, paste it there. Then we just remove this, say light mode. Then we just have to simply style this. So go inside the dark mode and say style. Then say text style. Then we give it a color. Say colors dot white. Okay, now let's see what we have. Okay, so there's the text. So if we press there, the text also changes. So this is how easy you can make this, guys. So with that said, I'll see you in the next video. So if there's any other questions that you have, you can put them in the comments, and I'm going to link the code in the description as well. So yeah, with that said, I'll see you in the next video, probably the same week. So yeah, see you guys.